Let's be real for a second. We are all drowning in information, right? You've got research papers, meeting notes, project plans, that endless list of articles you save to read later but never actually do. It's a huge challenge. But what if there was a way to not just store all this stuff, but to actually use it?
Okay, so this quote right here from Steven Johnson, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's the dream. One place for everything, where you spend less time organizing and more time actually thinking and creating. It's a beautiful idea.
But that's not our reality. Not even close. Our reality is a mess. It's a chaotic jumble of PDFs scattered everywhere, meeting notes in one app, transcripts in another, and a web browser that has way too many tabs open. Trying to connect the dots between all of it feels less like a creative breakthrough and more like a really frustrating scavenger hunt. And this is exactly where NotebookLM steps in. The sources for this explainer are really clear about this. It's not just another tool. It's a totally different approach. You have to stop thinking of it like a database or a file folder. Think of it more like an intelligent partner for your brain.
So what is it really? Well, NotebookLM is an AI-powered notebook, but here's the crucial part. It works only with the stuff you give it. It doesn't go searching the whole internet. Instead, it becomes an expert in your personal library of information, helping you understand it, pull ideas from it, and build on it. And that brings us to the single most important rule that makes NotebookLM so reliable and, frankly, so different. It's this concept called source grounding. This is the secret sauce that helps it avoid those crazy AI hallucinations you hear about, where a chatbot just starts making things up.
And the difference here is night and day. A regular AI chatbot is pulling from the entire wild and sometimes just plain wrong internet. It can invent things. NotebookLM, it's totally grounded. Its entire universe of knowledge is limited to the documents you provide, and it cites its sources for every single answer it gives you.
So what does this actually mean for you? It means you can trust it. It means every summary, every answer, every little insight is directly tied back to a specific sentence in your stuff. You can literally click the little citation number and see the original text for yourself. This turns the AI from some mysterious black box into a transparent, private, and totally verifiable thinking partner.
Now, this grounding thing is awesome. But what happens when your knowledge isn't just a bunch of text? I mean, the real world is messy. Information comes at us in all shapes and sizes. And that's why NotebookLM is built to be a multimodal workspace. The workflow here is just so simple, but so powerful. You can dump in your research PDFs, a Google Doc with your messy notes, and even the MP3 file from your last team meeting. Then you can ask it a question that cuts across all those different formats. Something like, based on the slide deck and the audio from the Q&A, what were the main concerns the client had? And bam, you get an instant cited answer. This flexibility is just fantastic. You're pulling in PDFs, text files, Google Docs, stuff you copied from websites, and even audio files. You can basically build one unified notebook for an entire project, pulling every single relevant piece of info into one smart space. But it's not just about putting audio in, it's also about getting audio out. One of the really cool features is that it can generate an audio overview of all your sources. It can basically create a little personalized podcast of your notes, which is amazing for catching up on stuff while you're on a walk or driving. And get this, it can do it in over 50 languages. Okay, so we've talked about what it is, but let's get practical. How does this actually help you work better and think smarter? Let's run through a few real-world examples that came up in the source material. So for training, right? You can upload all your manuals and lecture notes and poof, you've instantly created an expert that new people can ask questions to. Or for a project handover, forget writing some huge summary doc. Just share the NotebookLM space with all the project files, and the new person can just ask it anything they need to know. And for team knowledge, it puts an end to that constant, hey, where do I find that document scramble? And this is where it gets really fun. You can actually tell NotebookLM to act like different kinds of professionals. You can upload all your project docs and say, okay, you are now a seasoned financial analyst. Read all this and tell me the key risks and opportunities. It'll analyze your own material through that specific lens, helping you see things you might have totally missed. It's like having a whole team of experts on call, who already know your project inside and out.
Now, you're probably wondering about getting your hands on this. Well, the good news is there's a really generous free plan to get you started. You get up to 100 different notebooks, you can add 50 different sources to each one, and you get 50 queries a day. That's more than enough power to really see how it can change the way you work.
So, if we boil all this down to one big idea, what is it? I think it's this. It's about making the leap from just managing information to actually generating real insight from it.
Let's be super clear. This is not another digital file cabinet. The whole point of NotebookLM is for it to be an active partner in how you think. It's there to help you find connections, spot patterns, ask better questions, and ultimately come up with better ideas, all based on your own material. And that really just leaves us with one last question to chew on. We all have these notes and docs and ideas scattered all over the place. But if you could bring them all together, and that place could actually help you think, what new things would you build? What big problems would you solve? What could you and your notes create together?